YouTube, welcome back to Peterson Auto. Yeah, it's a car trailer you're looking at. And the 97, but car trailer, Wow, there's something on the car trailer. What is that? Well, those wheels, man. It's drum brakes and a Ford Taurus wheel. Huh. Well, what is this? Well, this is the next project. The dually build is coming to an end. You know, I've been buttoning up a lot of small things, and it's soon going to need something else to fill the hole it left. So, not to drag it on any further, that would be a Mustang. It's a 64.5. For sake of saying what it is, it's a 65 Mustang. Picked this thing up for a couple $100. It has a title, and it has a good roof panel. The inner structure of the quarters is good. The outer quarter is pretty well roached. I don't have fenders for it, but I have the whole front set up there, the grill, the headlight buckets, all that good stuff. It's got all the trim there, actually, I think. Went through it, there's a whole bunch of trim pieces still, some duplicates and triplicates even. But it looks like everything is there trim-wise. The roof panel's in pretty good shape. Drip rail's in good shape. So really, that's all I need, because, you know, YouTube, I'm going to be building a race car out of this. Kind of pretty race car, but long story short, a race car. I need an excuse to go fast, and this is going to be it. All the glass is in good shape, so you can keep factory glass in it. It had more rust on it here. Obviously, I put some primer and paint on there to cover it up some. But, you know, the whole quarter is pretty much getting replaced. I may just wind up doing a skin. It's going to be from here or so down. I'm not 100% sure on that yet. Those decisions must be made. It will need rockers. It'll need inner wheel wells. Yeah, you can see how bad that is. Well, the frame's shot on it too. So do the floorboards. Yeah, if you look closely, that hole there, that's daylight. That's going up into the back seat. Notice where the leaf spring's at. Yeah, in the back seat. Well, part of it is. You know, I guess they tried to evict it and it didn't want to go. So, it's going to need a good bit of work, but it's a clean title. So, race car. I'm going to start by building a chassis from scratch for this car. We see a lot of aftermarket chassis available out there, and they're quite obnoxiously expensive. They really are. So, I'm going to build one. And I'm going to show you, YouTube, how to do it. So, again, if you're a Mustang fan, make sure you subscribe, because we're going to have some really cool stuff going on here. Taurus wheels are just rollers. That Jeep wheel and the other Jeep wheel are just rollers. But I will tell you, we're going to at least do the equivalent of a mini tub, if not full tubs on this. This will be something that'll drag race and road race, yet cruise around town. Now when it's cruising around town, it's going to be loud and obnoxious, but it'll at least cruise around town a bit, you know, and do all those fairly well. Like I said, it's a 64.5, which Ford never technically made one, but the early 65 models had some little differences. I'll do another video quickly covering some of those things. But, yeah, you can see the frame's rotted. If we actually look over here, we might be able to get a video of it. Okay, you see that bar coming down? That's the strut rod. You see that arm going across? That's the lower control arm. might not be a Mustang expert, so I'm going to explain it this way. They're supposed to be attached. Yeah. Pretty rusty. So all that's going to be going. You can see the other lower control arm over here is almost rotted through. Almost. So I'm going to have to find a way to, like, shore that up enough to roll it around a little bit. That or just finish the truck project real quick. And leave it on the trailer until I'm ready to roll it in the garage. You know. So, it has a 302 in it now instead of the factory 289. But it's an original V8 automatic car. So that's the cool thing. I guess. Has an 8-inch rear in it. That's going to be useless to me. Has these cool springs on the shocks in there. No idea what they're for. Probably some old Go Fast gimmick, but, you know, pretty neat. Also has air springs on the back, which you can't really see. No, not air springs, air shocks on the back, which you can't really see. Came with a bunch of parts. Came with these coal wheels, which I'm currently selling because, fortunately, they're 14s and they're just not going to cut it. I have a bunch of parts over here for it. Has 71-3 front seats in it right now. Well, one front seat, the other one's right here. Came with an oil pan, not sure why. An intake, not sure why. It's a 4-barrel, I think it's a 2-barrel on it. I got quarter extensions here, a couple sets of those, a couple sets of headlight buckets, shifter bezel for the automatic, miscellaneous chrome and stuff, an air cleaner which doesn't match the car, so I'm assuming it matches the engine that's in there. But as we meander back on over here, you can see what goodies we have to behold. Lower grille supports, rear balance with backup lights. Yeah, I don't want backup lights. It's old enough I can get away without them. So we're going to go with the balance without backup lights. If I do need backup lights, we're putting in some coal LEDs because why not? Headlight doors. I got 4 of those here. All look to be in good shape, so, you know, some nicks in the paint and whatnot, but after a decent media blast or something, they'll all work out good. Bumper brackets, which are going to be absolutely useless. Front bumper brackets. Steering wheel. Ooh, awesome. These quarter windows. Yeah, I have an extra set of those. And a 4-barrel carb spacer. May wind up actually using that. So, there's the back of the back seat. I'm not going to pop the hood for you, because unfortunately, barely attached. But I will show you inside. Yep, that is the old school generator gauge bezel there. I think it's pretty cool. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be very usable. So we may have to go with the GT style 65 or all 66 style setup. Had a fire extinguisher there too. I really think this may have had some race history to it at one point in time. It was a, there you go, bluish color, and it was painted white. And then the hood has some kind of blackout ordeal on it. I don't know, but yeah. Somewhere in here there's a steering column too. Bear with me as I try to get myself in here some. Yeah, there's the steering column. No, wrong way. Wrong way. There we go, right way. Steering column, headlight buckets, and grille assemblies, 2 of them. Looks like the heater box is up in there, but I'll replace that. And if you look closely, you see more daylight coming through. Yeah, like I said, it's bad. Someone decided to cut a hole where the steering column went through. So, firewall. Yeah, we'll be doing that too. Lots of work. Dash pad's pretty bad. I mean, for the age and amount of crap that was in it, good shape. Roof. Roof has a little bit of surface rust on the bottom here and there, but overall very, very sound. Yeah, vent windows all look to be in good shape. A little bit of cleanup, they'll work fine. Windows roll up and down. Doors will open. Don't latch very well, but a little cleanup and they'll work. Let's see here. Package tray, rear seat. Oh, YouTube! I want to show you this. I got a box of goodies. There's some more parts. Taillight bezels, taillight lenses, taillight buckets, but that's all factory stuff. This is kind of cool. Look at that. Old school racing mirrors. Those are getting cleaned up and put on this car. Yeah, I like them. It's kind of one of those things that came with the car that I like enough to actually use. So, it's our little box of goodies back there. You can see more spots where there's daylight coming through. So, again, whole floor, no question about it. It's just not worth saving that. I pulled 2 trash cans worth of squirrel leftovers, we'll call them. You know, acorns and such. Yes, this is really hard to close this box one-handed for some reason. It's good enough. Okay. 2 trash cans of acorns and pine cones that were in here. So, you know, cleaned those out, cleaned it up, went through and inventoried the parts, painted that stuff. Got to fix that leaf spring to roll it off the trailer, which involves welding a piece of metal to the leaf spring. I wouldn't recommend it for anything you're going to actually drive, but I'm never going to drive with that suspension. It's going to get a torque arm and short long arm front. Very similar to a Rod and Custom suspension, actually. I may actually wind up using their kit on my own chassis. We'll see how that all works out. It's going to get a full cage. It's going to get probably an 8.8 rear, just because I want to build up an 8.8 rear for durability and reliability. The 9 inches are getting scarce. The Explorer rear swap is a easy one in these old Mustangs. We may cover some along those lines. I don't know yet. You know, it's still in the works, but some kind of 8.8 rear. For the front, SLA front suspensions, short, long arm. I'll show you a bunch of engineering stuff behind that. And we're going to get rid of all of this here. And we're going to mount all this with tube. So the fenders are going to mount to tabs off of tubes for a chassis, race car style. It's not going to have inner fenders. It's not going to drive anywhere near water, ever. I'm planning on running a 335 tire on this thing, actually. Front and rear. Then I'm going to have a set of big and littles for the drag strip. It's going to be set up, fully adjustable suspension. I can make a couple adjustments, take it to the strip, make a couple adjustments, take it to a road course. Really cool setup. This is how I believe these classic Mustangs should work. I did work at one of the major Mustang retailers, and I will be buying a lot of parts for this from them. For a number of years I worked there, and they were great to me. So that being said, I will be buying parts from them. You'll hear their name mentioned. I have not gotten permission to promote them yet, so we'll have to see how that goes. If they give me permission to promote them and whatnot, yeah, we'll probably throw their name out there and maybe try to get you some discount codes or something for them. But yeah, 64 and a half, 65 Mustang Coupe project. 351 Windsor, T56 trans, full custom chassis, short long arm front suspension, similar to Rod and Custom, if not Rod and Custom, and torque arm with maybe an 8.8 rear. I may go with a 9-inch, but I think the 8.8 will be completely fine for what I'm planning on doing with this. And fully customizable suspension. I'm going to show you how to do it, YouTube. So, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to Peterson Auto to keep up with what I'm going to be doing here in the future with this Mustang. Bear in mind, might not be right away. I do have to finish the DT360 and the F350 first. So, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.